How's it going, everyone? Back here, got a little bit more work to do on Stonehenge. Get hit Gobekli Tepe pretty hard, threw out some concepts, some ideas, some discoveries, some obvious solutions. So moving forward, like a herd of turtles, we're gonna get there, people. Don't give up. Alright, Stonehenge England. Stonehenge, a warning to humanity. The round barrows represent planetary alignments that power the energy to tilt the Earth in and out of the interglacial periods and the ice ages. These large cycles are also contingent upon the ice-water percentage ratios on Earth. Now, the barrows don't necessarily they don't actually have anything to do with the tilt. What they represent is a map of the alignments that this planet needs to be concerned of, or what humans need to be concerned with. It was me at Stonehenge back in December. Had a nice time out there in England. If you guys anybody get a chance to get out there, you'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Great place to be. I've been to Newgrange over in Ireland too, so just fascinating places. There's a lot of information. Like, our ancestors left some messages behind. Now, granted, these things are in the hundreds or probably even the thousands all over England or the world or whatever. But when they're in close proximity to these other places, they have a different meaning. And to me, they're planetary alignments that you need to be concerned with coming into the next, the ice age. It's approaching at a relatively fast pace. This looks like the Earth and Moon. Earth, Moon. There's another sign there. This could be like a planet with rings. I think there's 5 different types of designs with these particular round barrows. Just to drive home where I'm going with this, we have, this is the solar system we're in right now. This is the Earth, the Moon. There's the phases of the Moon right here. You have the Jupiter right on the outside of the asteroid belt, Saturn. And the ancients always had these 5 or 6 planets, or 7 planets for the most part, as a very significant part of their belief. Like, they really, they had a knowledge. It wasn't, they had a knowledge that they knew from, handed down to them, that the planets were something to be wary of, and to pay attention to, okay? So, again, this is a nice rendition of the solar system we're in, which is a machine. It is a machine. Divine machine. This might be Pythagoras there. These, or Zeus or whatever, but these ancient religions going back into 1000 BC or whatever, the Greeks, the Babylonians, the Egyptians, the Jewish religions, they all paying attention to the planets and what they were doing. They knew the force behind them when it came to the big cycles, the interglacial period and the ice age. We seem to have dropped the ball. We got all for whatever reason, we just, let NASA take over and the ESA and everybody else, and it seems like Astro-theology has fallen to the wayside. But anyways, I think there's a comeback. Yeah, it's a comeback. It's coming back. Nothing against NASA and ESA. I mean, they do what they're doing, but there's still some planetary alignments that are of paramount importance coming down in a short amount of time. There's the sun, Sunday, Moon Day. Tuesdays is Mars Day. You got Wednesday is Mercury. Jupiter, Thursday, Friday for Venus, and Saturn, obviously Saturday. So these moons tied before the Gregorian system came in and derailed everything and threw everything off the cliff. We were pretty tied into the planetary alignments and the actual influence that it has on our world, our waking day, actually. To high tides, to earthquakes, to tsunamis, tectonic plate slips, you name it. These planetary alignments, we just saw it this past summer, have a profound influence on the Earth. And I'm going to get into why we need to take a better look at what's going on and what is left over from the last ice age, the last interglacial period, the people that put that out there as a warning for us. And we can also do the same by repairing and restoring a lot of these ancient sites, so our our relatives in the future will have something to go by, because we lose all knowledge on this planet. It's just the cycles that we go through. Again, you get the seven-headed, these represented the planets. Everybody was in total awe of their energy and strength. This is a menorah, the ancient Jewish religion there. It used to be seven that represented the seven planets. There seems to been an ongoing system to get rid of this knowledge, burning books, burning the codexes, blasting everything to smithereens, destroying the Rosetta Stone, trying to destroy anything that has any kind of remnants of education, influence, and historical significance. So we're all just dumb. We're just dumbed down, so this is what we're trying to get out of. It's all about shadows. These stone rings like Göbekli Tepe, Stonehenge, they could, you could be in any tilt and still be able to read it and know where you're going, where you're coming, when to plant, when to go underground, when to run and hide, whatever. So these sites are obviously rebuilt over the years to the point where, people brought in bluestones thousands of years ago to try to rebuild this because they knew how important it was. Like I said, it only takes a couple of days for us to forget everything. Like literally, well, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but honestly, a couple hundred years, forget about it. If there's a power on this planet that wants to erase the actual history and the functionality of these places, it would not be difficult to do. We'll put it that way. And actually, they're doing a pretty good job of it, because I'm sitting in front of this camera right now trying to explain what's going on. You're welcome. Anyways, 5 designs. This guy's website there. I don't want to liberate anybody's stuff unless I give him credit. Fair use, fair practice. So he's isolated it down to 5 typical designs, and if you were trying to pass along a warning to the future generations, this is what you would do. You would build, different design barrows that would reflect a different type of planet. Larger planet like Jupiter, a small planet like maybe Mars or Earth. One with rings around it like Saturn. Whatever, the Sun or something like that. Again, I'm sure there's probably some evidence of what they were originally, designed to replicate per planet. But again, it's probably gone, blown up, thrown away, burned. Who knows? You got some, these barrows, round barrows out there off the fields around Stonehenge. There's Stonehenge. Nice ancient rendition, nice little circle around it. I think this actually represents the sun in a lot of ways, as an icon in the whole valley, and all these round barrels around it represent significant alignments of the planets in the solar system that have to be that we should be taking notice of and being concerned with, and trying to make a connection. To me, this is the the Milky Way. Right there is the Milky Way, center of the Milky Way. That's Stonehenge. You got an alignment of planets. These straight alignments of planets are of significant, they are of significant warning to us on this planet as we approach the water maximum. Here's the typical solar system doing 11.5 million miles a day. I mean, change every time I go on the internet. Somebody's got it at 15 million miles an hour. So I can't keep up with it. But anyways, it's irrelevant. We are moving, and the planets are trapped inside the gravitational vortex of the sun, and that's a good thing because it's keeping us warm. Here's the 4 planets outside the asteroid belt, 3 and 4 planets on the inside of the asteroid belt. Obviously, the sun here. and we have some more. It's like an artist rendition of Stonehenge. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5. I mean, it could be Mercury and Venus here. Maybe you know, I don't know. You know, it could be the Earth, the other planets, in different type of orbits and different locations. I'm just putting this out there. I haven't cracked this whole code yet as to what exactly everything means, but I'm just throwing it out there. I'm writing a book, putting out a little, you know, information as I go along to, you know, just to anchor it, and maybe get some more information. You know, sometimes it's just it's that simple. You get a video going just to break through and keep the breakthrough going on the information inflow. Cardinal cross, your typical cardinal cross alignment. You know, everything's hitting the sun, 3 planets on each side, 2 on each side, with our moon. This is the one that I see around Stonehenge. These straight planetary alignments are the scariest there are out there. They're all coming down this way, and if their elliptics are all level 2, that's when it becomes a real significant power source, because it's a gravitational tug between all of them, going all the way out to Pluto there, which, by the way, is a planet. These people got nothing better to do. Anyways, yeah, getting back on topic. Yeah, so these seem to be pretty significant around Stonehenge, and they are a significant energy source. Very potent. So, in essence, Earth is the only one that's literally changing state all the time in the solar system. We're either going into an ice age, or we're going into an interglacial period. So we're going from ice to a liquid planet. Once we become a liquid planet, we have a bigger, well, the planets in the solar system, when they come into these big straight alignments, have a bigger effect on our world. They have a big effect on the tilt of this planet. This drives home the influence of this small little moon here, okay? That's actually moving trillions of tons of water a day, high tide, low tides. You know, we get the barycenter. The moon actually pulls the barycenter almost off the planet, and it lowers the gravitational field on the opposite side of the moon. Shaughnessy's law of gravity 3, and with equations, by the way. And this is obviously the moon side. Just driving home the significance of one moon. Now, if you throw in all the other planets in straight alignment with our moon, you're going to get a significant tilt, as it's been recorded down in Göbekli Tepe. If you watch my other movie, Göbekli Tepe 1 and 2, you'll see that the stone circles there actually line up with the sun at about a 90 to 98 degree tilt. I'm talking about the South Pole and the North Pole pointing at the sun, you know, 6 months out of the year, in extreme cold temperatures and extreme warm temperatures. Talk about your superstorms. But anyways, here's the Venus is about 180 degrees straight up and down. Earth 23, slowly rocking back towards a lower degree tilt. And Uranus almost straight on 98 degrees, 90 98, and then you have Pluto at 120 degrees. So the planets do have different tilts. I mean, this is just the obvious. This is physical observable evidence that we're seeing day in and day out, year in and year out. Göbekli Tepe, like I said, the sun comes in through here, casts the shadows on these stones, and then the other half, that's one half of the year, and the other half of the 3 months of the year comes in this way. The last 3 months of the year comes in this way, and the other 3 months on each side of the sun, it comes in from the right and left. You get a better visual on my other movie, my other video I put out a couple weeks ago. Jupiter, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is the axis that we'll be going into for our ice age, and this will cause an ice age, a significant ice age, and we'll be in it for, you know, some time. Not too sure about these these ice core samples. I'm kind of like, you know, I get a little bit of doubt on them now. I'm like, you know, I think I'm sticking with the Mayan calendar And you know, that's like right on the money. So if, I'm more inclined to you know, follow what's the observable evidence is left over from the last ancient cultures here that have been down here for, you know, for eons. Yeah, here's my books. There is something about the moon, pyramid gravity force, and Patreon. I had people tell me to get a Patreon account because they want to help me out and keep this stuff flowing. So again, we'll just go back, take a look here, and just re-emphasize that, you know, these Barrows are actually planetary alignments that we go in and out of. You know, this could be like, you know, the Ice Age, and this could be like the interglacial period, and we're flowing back and forth into this. And these alignments, obviously, these are pretty wild. We don't have that many planets there, but obviously these could be planetary alignments. To me, that's the Milky Way galaxy. That's pretty obvious. There's a couple other long barrels out there, but again, it's like noise because you get so many of these things all over the place. In Europe and places, it's kind of like gets you know, muddled down or watered down, or it's muddying the waters because people might have started doing it for other reasons, and it essentially mucked up the true purpose of these original round barrels and long barrels. Again, they're pretty significant, and like I said, the ancient religions, the ancient cultures, you know, the Greeks, the you know, all they were all you know, they took the planet serious. They literally did. You know, you get the 7 chakras, the 7 vowels, the 7 Elohim in the Bible, the Gnostic books found in Egypt all came in 7. You know, so 7 planets are a big thing. Like I said, the Egyptians, Persians, Chinese, Greeks, Babylonians, and the Jewish people all believed in the energy and followed the planetary alignments pretty closely. So I think that's about it, really. Just trying to drive this home, that these really do look like Earth, Moon, Earth, Moon. This could be, you know, the sun, obviously. I mean, it's possible either way, but I mean, we don't really have to, you know, I mean, it'd be nice if we do, if we crack the code and, you know, keep an eye on these particular alignments. But all you have to do is look at these solar simulators that we have right now, and get to the and just keep your eye open for these straight-on alignments that will cause significant problems. These are the ones where you have all of them in alignment, or at least 6 or 7 of them. Those are the ones that I'm keeping an eye on. Like, I go through my simulators, and you get dates and times and things of that nature. And like I said, also we're changing states. So we're like, these other planets are pretty steady. They're not going liquid to ice and ice to liquid. However, we do. So we have more to be concerned with in the immediate future. Okay, so I guess that's it. My name is John Shaughnessy, and you know, shoot me some likes, subscribe to the channel. You know, we're getting a lot of work done. Got a good book coming out. It's going to have all this stuff all plugged into it. Obviously, it's going to be a lot more detail, a lot more science, a lot more graphs, and proof to drive this stuff home. And I'll see you out there on YouTube, man. Peace out.